Hello, my name is Roger Daviston. I'm a personal development coach and I help people grow personally. Sometimes it means they grow spiritually, mentally, at a level of identity. Maybe you've got some limiting beliefs, as we all do. I have mine. They're my responsibility to fix mine. Yours are your responsibility. So if you think I can help you in that, that's what we do. Do a lot of leadership development, help technicians with the service call process, and salespeople also. And in today's video, what I want to talk to you about is how to say no in the sales process and understand what you are responsible for and really what you're willing to do and what you're not willing to do. So here we go. Stay tuned. So we had this saying when I was in business, in the heating and air business, and I had 3 or 4 salespeople. And the saying was, hey, let's don't jump through hoops for people. Let's be really, really firm. And if someone asks us to do something, then before we jump through that hoop, then we need to have a certain level of commitment from that other person. And we may or may not jump through the hoop. In fact, we're not going to do a bunch of hoop jumping. So have you ever had a customer that says, or a prospect that says, hey, can you do X, Y, and Z? And then you run and find out and ask a bunch of questions, say, yeah, we can do X, Y, and Z. And then they give you another question, say, well, can you do A, B, and C? And then you go jump through a bunch of hoops and say, yeah, we can do A, B, and C. So we just learned to stop doing that. Let me give you an example. Recently, a couple of weeks ago, I have a client and he's a really small company and he just likes to fix stuff, and I told him that I could help him with replacement sales if he would just let me qualify the calls for him, and then he'd go out there and look at it and engineer the job, and I'll have the conversation, the presentation with the customer. But I always qualify the calls pretty well. And we're doing pretty well. I've had a lot of shoppers, but this was a particular shopper. And I want to tell you the story because I had to get really firm with him because he wanted some information that I wasn't willing to give him because he wasn't committed. And to get the information was going to be a lot of trouble, take a lot of time. And I wasn't going to do that for him because he wouldn't commit. And here's the commitment level he had. So he wanted to know if we could put a variable speeds air handler on another option, and we just really didn't want to do that. But I jumped through that hoop for him because I wasn't sure. So I got with the owner. The owner's a very meticulous person. He doesn't have any callbacks. He does his own service work. He's really small. We book the calls and dispatch the calls for him. So here's what happened. We jumped through the hoop, and I found out that we weren't willing to do anything other than the options that we had given him. And if he wanted variable speed, he had an option that he could take, but that option was above his budget, and we told him no, we can't do that. And then during that conversation, I said, hey, let me ask you a question. How committed are you? If 10 means you're going to let us put the system in and 0 means you're going to let somebody else put it in, give me a number. He wouldn't answer it. I asked him 3 times. So I said, well, when can I hear you tell me yes, and when can I hear you tell me no? When do we have that conversation? He said, I'll let you know by Friday. I think this was like a Tuesday or Wednesday. And I said, okay. Sort of as a week contract. I should have had a time, but I didn't. And so I am in my car taking my 87-year-old mother to the doctor. She had some eye surgery that she had to get done, and my phone rings, and it's him. And here was his question. Hey, what model numbers are you going to put in if you put in this option? So he said, hey, can you give me the model numbers? I said, no, I can't, I'm not going to give you the model numbers. And he said, well, you mean you're not going to give me what I need? And I said, no, that's not what I mean. Well, here's what I mean is, you haven't even told me your level of commitment. I have no idea how committed you are. I've asked you 3 or 4 times, and you know, you don't need the model numbers. I said, what I think you need to do is, I think you need to find someone that you can trust. And if you don't trust us, don't use us. But when you commit, I'll go through all of the time to get you the model numbers, but model numbers we're not even sure right now. There's like 26 combinations of air handlers we can put with that outside unit. We're not sure with supply chain issues which one's in stock. And we got to go through all of that and figure that out. And once you commit and want to buy from us, then I'll get you that information. And at that point in time, if you don't want to go further, you have the option to back out then. But as far as, you know, jumping through some hoops to get you the model numbers, I'm not going to do that because it takes a lot of time. You're not that committed. At least you hadn't told me. And you know, find somebody you trust. If it's us, use us. If it's somebody else, use them. And he said, well, I do want to do business with you, and I'm trying, and you won't give me the model numbers. I said, I'll give them to you when you decide to do business with us, because that's going to be a lot of trouble. And he said, well, okay, and he hung up. And the next day he called, and he said, we want to let you do the job. And then I said, okay, let me work all of this up in detailed proposal, send you the model numbers, everything we're going to do. There's a lot of other details we work up on a contract. So, you know, don't do things that you're doing reluctantly. His issue was trust. Why do you need the model numbers? You trust us or you don't? You know, what are you going to verify online? What do you know about stuff? Really, the model numbers are just something where you can go compare and shop. And what he really needs to compare and shop around is, I don't mind people looking around, but here's the way I buy. I find somebody that I can trust, somebody that has credibility, somebody that I think will do what they say they're going to do, and then I pay them what they want and what they ask for. So here's the bottom line. My expectation is that people that I do business with will buy like I buy. Find somebody I can trust, tell them my budget, tell them my pain, and if I think I can trust them and they're within my budget, then I buy from them. If you can't, you know, that's the way I buy, and that's the way I expect other people to buy. So stand your ground and don't do things for people reluctantly. Okay, if you have a tendency to jump through a lot of hoops, maybe this lesson will help you. Hey, thanks for watching today's video, and God bless.